You know what I'm saying? Technical difficulty. But how y'all feeling? All right, all right, all right. Shout out to Wavelength for having me, right? We're gonna do some classic joints. You know, I'm gonna sit back and feel a little good today. And we're gonna take it from there. But once again, special shout out to Wavelength, thanks for having me. Special shout out to my man Friday, Ricky. We love hip hop. We're just gonna go through some stuff like this. And we take it from there. Matter of fact, special shout out to my man Bishop Brugante with the ends. How y'all feeling? All right. We take you back to 1989, a little something like this. If you feeling good, put some thumbs up. If you love Canadian hip hop, we take you back to 1989. How many of y'all remember this? Yeah. Fresh Wes. The simple isn't better. Let your backbone slide, let it slip, let the rhythm rip, while my lyrics leave my lips. Here's radius the margin, bruising barging, blowing away blockades but still charging. They to get looser. Maestro with magnitude. Are you ready for the drop? Then drop it. Drop the needle. Drop the needle. Maestro's the name. The needle won't skip till the crowd flips the frantics. I watch him drip. D drops back to wax like a drop the needle. How's everybody feeling? How y'all feeling? So what's happening, man?
I'm good. Yeah. I don't know if y'all can hear me in the audience out there, if y'all can hear me clearly. Send some thumbs up if y'all can hear me clearly in the audience. Throw some thumbs up in the comments, please.
Yo, Paula, what's happening?
1 2 1 2 1 2 1 2. Y'all can hear me nice and clear in the comments right there in the audience.
Ray C, what's happening?
Okay.
Quattro Mom, what's happening?
Okay, I see a thumbs up in there. I see 2 thumbs up in there.
All right.
Okay, let me make sure my mic is not too crazy. I'm sounding a little hollow. So, quick question.
Yes, sir.
All right, and I know maybe some of the people, or a lot of the people, probably want to know this for the amount of different places that you performed. You know what I mean? Over the span of years, what was the favorite place and the favorite performance that you ever had?
Public Enemy show, Toronto at Sound Academy. Yeah, that was probably that was like 2012.
Okay.
And the reason is because Public Enemy is like my favorite group. To me, they're the greatest hip hop group of all time.
Shout out to Chuck.
And you know, Chuck D put me on stage, and I'm performing. And I did a song called Black Trudeau.
Big tune.
And I had a line in it when I said, I told Mr. Cardinal, drop another anthem, the T-Dot Municipal, show him we invincible. The crowd started making noise. I said, I told Rob Ford, stick to your vision. But when I saw him eat, bro, stick to nutrition. And the crowd went nuts. And I'm spitting, but my peripheral vision, I see Chuck D fell down, laughing. So like Chuck is my OG, so I'm thinking, should I stop my verse and help him back up?
Yeah.
But then I'm like, nah, let me finish my verse, man. This is Toronto. Man, I finished. Flavor Flav came up, he tackled me, man, pulled me off the mic, man. And that's like one of my music highlights, man. Nice. For Chuck D, someone I looked up to, I made him fall down. Because my bars were, you know, my bars were dope, man. So rest in peace, Rob Ford too, man. But you know, that was funny. That was dope. Y'all feeling good? Once again, I go by the name of the Maestro Fresh Wes. We chilling. I feel great to be here tonight. Once again, thanks for Wavelength for having me. And it's just great to start doing some shows again. This is my second live I just did. I just came back from Edmonton and I had a good time doing an actual concert. But people were in their cars. So when cars were honking and it wasn't for road rage, that was a good thing right there. That's the slide you see right there. That's the first show I did. And yeah, man, so we're good times. But I'm glad to be here with Wavelength. We're just gonna go through some classic joints. I might do some other joints too as well. And Once again, the Maestro Fresh Wes. We still striving. We got Vancouver in the building. I've been with Israelites, Rastafarians, or God bodies. FOI, Sony Muslims, T.O. to Brooklyn. Fathom me, showing mad love in the club, peep the style. Listen, check my rendition, perform for royalty and politicians. I seen a lot of valleys, I seen a lot of peaks. I seen the bitter with the sweet, victory and defeat. Sometimes I fell, but a voice kept saying, stick to your vision, peep the composition and defeat. Sometimes I fell, but a voice kept saying, stick to your vision, peep the composition. Seen a lot of highs and lows, but yo. To everybody who believes in himself, man. That was a sample from the Guess Who. I got permission to use that joint, and to me, that's one of my most important records. Shout out to my man Turun on the production tip. Also, the first record, shout out to Peter and Anthony Davis of First Offense for Drop the Needle. On the mix, yeah, man. You know what I'm saying? So a lot of good things is happening, you know. A lot of people have been asking me for a long time for advice about making music. I tell them all the time, don't make records, make history. Because anybody can make a record, but by making history is when you do something and you say something, then people check for you years and years and years and years later. You know what I'm saying? So that's what's up.
So even on the flip side of that, right?
Yeah.
Because we've all, and you know, as a former artist, have had a time where we messed up in a performance, and we figured it out, but there was like a little blip where you're like, oh man, what am I gonna do right here? And you cleaned it up. So give me an example of a show where you were like, something went wrong during the show, but you ended up cleaning it up in the end.
So I did a show with Snoop. This is in Toronto at the Joe Carter Classic, man. I'm performing. But the Joe Carter Classic, Joe Carter, if you guys don't know, he's a former Blue Jay player. So he's like, you know, when Drake said back-to-back, that's what he was talking about. He was talking about the Toronto Blue Jays going back-to-back, and Joe Carter was the man, right? So Joe Carter, obviously retired now, but he has a gala, an annual thing, and he brings up a lot of celebrities and stuff.
Yeah.
So, I mean, I'm excited. I met Snoop. Snoop was cool. Snoop gave me a shot. I gave him love. We peace. But going in, I'm seeing like Too Tall Jones. Going in, I'm seeing like, you know, Dan Marino. And I'm just about to hit the stage. I see a big back like this. I turn. I'm a huge Pittsburgh Steelers fan.
Yeah.
It was Jerome Bettis, man. It was the bus. And I'm like, yo, the bus is in Toronto. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So I'm performing, everything is good, and I'm just thinking I gotta meet the bus after. You know what I'm saying? I forgot my lyrics of Backbone Slide, man.
Wow.
I forgot Backbone because I see the bus, like, you know. So I had to clean it up. But because I seen the bus, enough respect to my man Jerome Bettis, man.
Yeah,
you know.
out Jerome Bettis.
Yeah, man. He made me forget my lyrics. You know what I'm saying? So I cleaned it up a bit. You know.
Okay, and before I ask another question, I want to see if the people in the audience have any questions. Y'all in the audience got any questions for Mr. Maestro, aka Papa Stro, before we continue over here? You know what I'm saying? I'm going to take some audience questions as well. And while I'm waiting for an audience question, one thing I've been asking people lately.
Yeah. Where's my drink? I'm listening.
Yeah. So there's people who are always asking, "What's the best piece of advice you got? What's the best piece of advice you got?" What I want to know is, what's the worst piece of advice you ever got?
Where do you get these questions from, B? The worst advice? I got to think about that one. I'll get back to that one before we end this.
Okay.
Let me think, because that's something I got to think about.
What about best advice?
The best advice, it's funny, I was on tour with Young MC, and his driver said, listen, man, no matter what, don't let all this fool you, man. Labels don't love you. He said, radio stations don't love you. Booking agents don't love you. Make sure you give love to the fans, no matter what. Always give love to the fans, because the fans are the ones that are going to guide you and stay with you.
Yeah.
And when you see me celebrating, like, 30 years later, Ricky, that's me showing that the fans give me support after all this time, man.
Yeah.
So that's one of the things that stick a lot to me, you know.
That's dope. Shout out to Michael Jackson Media in the audience here. He wants to know, what piece of advice do you have for the young people out there, for the youngsters?
Yeah, well, there's assimilators and there's innovators. So I try to be around people who are innovating, and I keep saying, don't make records, make history. And what I mean by that is turn off the radio, turn off your playlist, turn off everything for a minute and tap into your own artistry, you know? I'm a huge Quincy Jones fan, and the reason why, he didn't just do jazz records in the 50s and 60s. If he was to just listen to jazz aficionados, he wouldn't have been making disco records in the 80s for Michael Jackson. You know what I'm saying?
Facts.
He wouldn't have been doing that. And I find hip hop has a way of keeping you, you know, complacent, man, sonically complacent, man.
Yeah.
And I have a problem with that. Like a lot of, you know, my man, shout out to my man Showbiz, man. I went on his page and he played something for, he had something in his a post with Corey Guns.
Shout out Corey Guns.
Corey Guns got a new tune and the song's called Different. And I'm reading the comments. I thought it was hot, but I'm reading the comments and people gave it, a lot of people gave it like thumbs up. But one dude said, man, I can only listen to old school stuff. Like that's one of the comments somebody made. All this new beats I can't stand. And I'm just like, imagine if Quincy Jones was to say, I can't listen to like disco.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And another thing too, like what's disco? Disco is popular music. What's trap music? Popular music.
Yeah.
By using Quincy Jones as a point of reference, notice how I have no problem doing trap music?
Yeah.
Like my joints, like Toronto Icons, Waste You with Dusty Wallace.
Shout out Dusty Wallace.
Shout out Dusty Wallace. Shout out Ghetto Concept of Infinite with Toronto Icons. Trap it's nothing to me, man.
Yeah.
That's like, you know, because I came into the game saying, don't make records, make history. And music will change, styles will change, but as long as your message, you still have something within that.
Yeah.
But if you stick to a certain time span and that's it, you're stuck. And that's something I've tried to do. Ricky, I'm trying to put out another album this decade. And if I do, that means I'll have albums in 5 straight decades, man. And that's something that I want to do just because, you know, I love hip hop no matter what. I love change, I love evolution. I just want people to grow and not be in a realm of complacency, you know?
Yeah.
But I want to say something to y'all. You know, it's like this. This is from a song called Rewind. And I said, I'm at the age where mothers drive their mothers to my residence, pick them up 2 hours later, laughing at the evidence. Babies in the back seat, crying and fussing. Mama be blushing while their big mama smiling and chuckling. Sliding percussion with the fly introduction. Who's the nicest from my city? Why we discussing whether trap or if it's techno? Jazz or if it's retro. I'm Vladimir Guerrero snatching De Niro. I'm from a place called Scarborough. The reason why the verse is cold. Once knew a stripper made more paper than a purse could hold. She dancing caddies to my music till the curtains close. Enough rashes on the legs from sliding down them dirty poles. This cat I used to battle way back just did a life sentence. To the West, he was flying when Toronto really couldn't run. Enough days I spent on the range and many nights thinking, you're the truth. You did the things in life I should have done. My sound is like a soundtrack, impacting many lives. Medication to the soul, keeping you energized. For years, they put me on repeat and memorize. My music never dies. I hope upcoming artists recognize. I'm at the age where fathers tell their sons of my accomplishments. Youths try to argue, Pop say, nah, Wes had the hottest shit. Uncle starts jumping in, rolls a blunt to bun with them. Grandson's upstairs opens the door to let more cousins in. I'm intergenerational. Wrote songs enough parents would shed a tear or two. Same songs that kids be graduating to. Songs that players be training to. Speakers in stadiums be blaring while crazy spectators view. This cat named Dave I knew told me his lady was Eritrean. She reached Toronto as a teen. She lived in Regent then. Couldn't speak English till that one day that she peeped my hymns. She'd keep repeating till finally she felt like she could breathe again. Immigration even called me for my services, to write a tune to make new immigrants listen, to motivate them what the goals and what their purpose is. But then remember, I wrote stick to your vision. My sound is like a soundtrack, impacting many lives. Medication to the soul, keeping you energized. For years, they put me on repeat and memorize. My music never dies. I hope upcoming artists recognize. How y'all feeling? In other words, don't make records, make history. Y'all feeling good? This.
A criminal mind is all I ever know.
Shout out to my man King Rain in the back. Yo, yo, yo. It's a world full of savages, parasites, bloodsuckers, and leeches. I'm crying freedom from the demons. Got him living like he's Mandela, with a vendetta dwelling in the belly where the cancer lives. Guns, we know who we bringing up in. A what?
Criminal mind.
Sing it.
Crazy man.
Yeah. 1, 2, 3, and how y'all feeling? Big up the ghetto concept. Everybody put your twos up in the air like this. We close it like this for peace.
I hear this sound, watch the way it's going down.
This is the remix. Da, 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 da. It's the remix. Da, 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 da.
Yo, look, Toronto Godfather, baby, steady spreading the news. I'm not a rapper, I'm an icon, don't get it confused. Papa Stroh since the 80s, been abusing the mic. VIP's only fluid of life. Now, this is the. Come on, son. Once again, it's the Maestro Fresh Wes. Shout out to our Wavelength for having me.
Yeah. What keeps you inspired?
What keeps me inspired? That's a tough one, especially now when it was so depressing, man.
Yeah.
It's a depressing time right now. I had a hard time. I got songs I got to finish writing, to be honest. I just couldn't get around it because, like I said, I turn on the radio or turn on my phone and I see all kinds of entities coming through, just killing my spirit, man. You know? But trust me, like working out in the morning is helping me, dude.
Yeah.
I put up 18 pull-ups today, man.
Nice.
That's the you know, I was always nice with the bars.
Yeah.
But now, yo, I'm getting nice with the bars now, B. You know what I'm saying?
Double entendres.
Double entendre, son. I'm nice. Nice is nice, B. At 52 years, man, I'm like, wow, man.
Yeah.
And I come back home and I start giggling. And I'm like, why am I giggling? You know?
It's the endorphins, man.
It's the endorphins, man. That's what it is. And now I could turn my phone on.
Yeah.
Now
yeah.
I can deal with the misinformation they're going to give me. Now I can start writing some new songs. You feel me?
Yeah.
Yeah, man.
Yeah. So, and I'm gonna take a couple more questions from the audience. I don't need to pull up to the phone. I got it pulled up on another phone here. What are some of the things that you like about the game now, and some of the things that you do not like?
Okay, so what I like about the game is, and a lot of old school heads might hate me for this, but hip hop is better as a genre of music now
Interesting.
than when we came up.
Okay.
All right? And this is what I said. Hip hop is better as a genre of music, not as a culture, because culture, there's nothing like how we came up, man. You kidding me?
Yeah.
But from a genre of music, and this is what I mean, you can look at an artist like Tory Lanez. Tory Lanez sounds amazing when he's singing, and he sounds amazing when he's rhyming.
Very
Back
true.
in the days, I'd feel like I'd be intimidated to try to like sing my melodies and stuff. I get somebody else to do it.
Yeah.
Now I'm not only singing, but I'm like writing stuff for Socrates to sing on my joints. You see what I'm saying? I used to be nervous a lot doing that because I thought people would be just like, no, this is hip hop, that's it.
Yeah.
You know? And then you see like what Drake's doing, what he's been doing for the last 10 years, what other artists are doing, you know? You could just be an artist, man. And that's what makes it better now from a
Yeah.
genre perspective. You know, you could see like Tory go on Sway in the morning and just eat food with 5 fingers of death, and then do a tune with like Joyner Lucas. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And then sing a love ballad. You know what I mean? It's like, I had a song called Private Symphony on my first album. I wrote the hook, you know what I'm saying? But I felt funny singing it, because that was an anomaly back in the days. Big Daddy Kane did that on The Day You're Mine.
Yeah.
On his first album, Long Live the Kane. And then UTFO, they did that on a song called Fairy Tale Lover.
And TJ Smooth.
Huh?
TJ Smooth.
But it was just a few of them. Then obviously Grandmaster Flash and the Furious 5 in the 80s with The Message.
Yeah.
On that album, those guys were singing, doing harmonies too. But man, we were stuck like, hip hop had these unwritten rules that you didn't really want to break. You felt funny breaking it. But when you see these artists coming out like Socrates, man, when Socrates, to me, he was like the Prince Rogers Nelson of Toronto hip hop, because not only was he like singing like D'Angelo, but he's making beats like Dr. Dre. You see what I'm saying?
Facts.
And that's what gave birth to a lot of stuff that's going in after that. You feel what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And chaos too, you know? Chaos is orchestrated noise. That's what he's about, man. Singing and rhyming. But there were still, those were still anomalies at that time. You feel me? Now it's almost a prerequisite, you know, as a part of being an artist. So it's not just about you being an MC, but barring up, but it's you making songs, man.
Yeah.
And I commend artists for that. Anderson .Paak is nasty. He's nasty. You know what I'm saying? Kendrick Lamar, nasty.
Crazy.
You feel me? So I just like the fact that you could be lyrical, but you could be lyrical as well as open up your creativity. Just like what Quincy Jones was doing back in the days, man.
So what about on the flip side? What do you not like or dislike?
I dislike the fact that a lot of artists aren't trying to, they're not challenging themselves. That's what bothers me. It bothers me. I can't stand that. I hear stuff, it's like, you know you didn't try with that, man. Come on, man. You know you didn't try with that. And what bothers me is when they get the co-sign by radio stations, you know that it's just whack and you still playing it, man. That bothers me. That bothers me. Tell the youth to go back to the lab. Tell him to work on his tunes, man. Come on, son. Come on. You know, that bothers me. The lean talk, the lean talk, that kind of bothered me too, because it was like every artist, man, every single thing is like, and is there a lifestyle or are you promoting, or is it a death style you're promoting?
Is it a lifestyle or a death style? Boom, club.
Because I'm trying to live, man, you know what I'm saying? And you spell the word live backwards, what you got? Evil. It's an evil world, man. It's an evil world that's really conditioning these young minds to be complacent, to assimilate. I'm trying to bring you away from that so you can innovate, man. You know what I'm saying? So that's something that, you know, and creativity brings life. Complacency, there's death, that's death, man. You know what I'm saying? So I want artists to grow. I want them to start thinking. I want them to start, you know, tapping into their own artistry, man. Definitely.
No, I'm digging it.
And we're having a good time. The next song I'm about to do is a very personal song. It means a lot to me. And it's a very, very serious song. I want you guys to take in the lyrics for this, man. The title of this song is called I Know Your Mom. Now, what inspired me to write this classic, ladies and gentlemen, I was on my way to the studio one time in Mississauga, right? It was a Saga studio. And this youth walked by and he mushed me. And he kept on walking. I wanted to punch him in his face. But as I stepped to him, I took a second look. I said, wait a minute. I know your mom. So I'm about to drop this for y'all. Can I drop this for y'all? Put thumbs up if I could drop this for y'all. Let me hear some thumbs up. Let me see some thumbs up, man. Yes. All right. Yes. Thumbs up. I'm gonna tell you. Nah, cause I mean, the youth was just, he got under my skin, man. He got under my skin. But I thought about it, I took a second look, and I realized the similarity, and I realized I know his mom. It went a little something like this. Pissed off, mad, vexed, can't believe this shit. Who this young boy really think he dealing with? Long neck, big nose with a suede jacket. Talking to me like we from the same age bracket. I'm looking for some solitude. He's following me like he really want to rob a dude. I'm getting way too old for this. He got me looking around to see who else he's rolling with. It's crazy. I start approaching son. I took a pause. Where do I know him from? My mind starts recollecting, took another pause. Wait a second. He's coming at me now. He want to start wilding. I'm feeling comfortable now. Yeah, I start smiling. His mind's kind of cloudy. I'm going to make it crystal clear. Pulled the boy close. Then I whispered in his ears. I know your mom. Her name's Tracy. Don't make me say things, because she's a nice lady. Look at my face good. You can't remember me? I used to run through your gates way back in Chester Lee. I know your mom's. Her name's Tracy. Don't make me say things, because she's a nice lady. Look at my face good. You can't remember me? I used to run through your gates way back in 93. Yo, I know your mom's. Her name's Tracy. Don't make me say things, because she's a nice lady. How y'all feeling? Yo, y'all feeling good? Because I'm feeling great, man. I'm feeling great, man. We're gonna keep it moving a little something like this. How many of y'all remember a joint to go a little something like this? Back to 1989. This record is the first record I put out, changed the game in Canada. And I'm proud to say it just got inducted in the Canadian Songwriters Hall of Fame. I become the first hip hop artist in Canada to do that, and that's a major milestone, but I want to thank all my peoples for all the years of support, 30 years plus, and we still doing it, man. It go a little something like this. This is a throwdown, a showdown. Hell no, I can't slow down. It's gonna go. First offense on the mix. Go on and break. Oh yeah. This jam is amplified to just glide. I let your backbone slide. Just let it slide. Just let it slide. You listen to every word I say, every verb you heard I play snaps the vertebrae. You blurry while your brain goes blank into oblivion. Beats from box to box, the bass rocks from blocks and blocks. Let your backbone slide. Just let it slide. Just let it slide. Listen, just let it slide, y'all. I don't give a if your backbone quiver. Skeeter, I'ma play Tarzan, you play cheetah. Cheetah, fighter, love to forge. Better yet, I call you Curious George. You feel high, so ascend. The blend, the crescendo is nice, yo. I'm the guy, the rhythm is a ride. So glide to the fresh side and let your backbone slide. How y'all feeling, man? I'm feeling great.
How y'all feeling out there in the audience? Big shouts to Wavelength Music out there, you know what I mean, for putting this together. Shouts to all the people who are in the audience right now, who are taking this in. Let me know if y'all have any other questions to ask the legend Maestro Fresh Wes while we're doing this Q&A right here. Also want to give a big shout out to my team. We love hip hop. We love Hip Hop Network in the building.
Can I say what up to Frankie Payne?
Hey, yes, Frankie Payne.
Congratulations, man. My brother.
20 years?
Yeah, man. Congratulations. He was doing stuff from back in the days as a youth. And just to see him grow, man.
Graffiti Logic times.
Graffiti Logic, man. I remember him, man. I remember those days. Definitely.
Yeah. I got that question that just came back reoccurring here. It's from Ray C with the number 8. Worst advice.
Oh yeah, the worst advice, man. I remember when I was at New Westminster in Vancouver. This dude from Toronto that I knew from back in the days, we didn't see him. What happened to him? Then I'm doing this show in Vancouver now, in New Westminster. I see the dude. He goes, Maestro, what's going on, man? I just came out of jail, man. I was gone for a minute. Yo, hold this for me, man. You gotta pull out a big brick. Yo, hold this. I'm giving this to you. You take this. You run with it. I go, yo, fam. Yo, I'm good, man.
Yeah.
That's not the type of advice I need.
Jeez.
I say, yo, welcome. I'm glad you're out. Kindly take your stuff and let my backbone slide out of here. I'm trying to move on a different. I ain't moving nobody product. You know what I'm saying?
Oh man!
I ain't moving no one product, man.
That's crazy. He tried to throw the pack on you.
He tried to throw a pack on me. Trying to tell me he give yo, gifts come with a price, man. When somebody give you a gift come with a price.
Nothing's really a gift, man.
Come on, son.
Let me see. I've seen another question that popped up here, and it's by Calmaster the Storm. What's your favorite tune out of all of the songs you have written?
My favorite song? I love I Know Your Mom. As you can see, I just enjoy doing it, and I love performing a cappella. When I do it live at a concert, it's like theatrical, and Nothing at All was a serious song that I wrote, man.
Yeah.
And that was on my second album, the Black Tie Affair album, which is my sophomore album. Once again, I said the word black was symbolized black people. Tie was unity. And that album, I put a lot of people on that album for the first time. K-Force, he's a brother who was coined for putting out T-Dot, O-Dot, the first one I ever heard say that. Thrust was on that, you know.
Shout out Thrust.
Carlos Morgan was on that. Simone Denny was on that, on conducting things. The only reason Deborah Cox wasn't on that was because she was out of the country. We knew her as Debbie Cox back in the days, you know? But I put a lot of people on that album because I knew it just couldn't be me. I wanted to see my whole city just take it and run with it, you feel me?
Yeah.
But Nothing at All was a serious tune. And that was probably the first song to ever have like social commentary in it. And I spoke about my community, I spoke about the indigenous community, and I think that's important that we give land acknowledgements, so that song was dope. Another song called God Bless the Child.
Okay.
That was a wicked tune, man. Produced by Classified. Yeah, man. So, a song called Mr. Evans, featuring Razcad. So that was dope too. So, yeah, man. What else? And like I said, Let Your Backbone Slide is the first single from a Canadian hip hop artist to ever get inducted in the Canadian Songwriters Hall of Fame. That happened in November, man. And obviously a lot's happened since then. And I want everybody to know this, man. We've been through a lot the last 5 months. And no matter what, you see people smiling, skin and teeth, nobody's 100% okay. This hit us real hard. Nobody's 100% okay. But by us coming together like this is a beautiful thing, man. Opportunities like this to share stories, and music is therapeutic. So it's a beautiful thing for you guys to still check me. Connie, what's happening? Pam, what's happening? Aaron, how you doing? I'm seeing some good people from all over the country showing out some love to me on the wavelength tip. And this means a lot, man. So we're going to keep it going. And what's that? Okay. Shout out to my man, Ricky. You want to slide through or you good? You want to slide through? Say what up to the people there, man.
Peace. We love hip hop in the building.
My man came to hold me down, man. He's the one who held me down last time. How many of y'all remember this joint? 1991, 2, 3, and move with the maestro. You feel high, so ascend the blend with Shendo is nice. So line my lines and pour the metaphor while the blind decline. I'll swing while my sisters sing for the brother who's conducting things. I'm conducting things. But Palmer wants to do a remake. When it comes to rhymes, don't steal or take. Be original, don't duplicate. Cause no, I go solo, my brother. Word to the mother. I'll swing while my sisters sing for the brother who's conducting things. I'm conducting things. 1, 2, 3, and. Man, I want to say a special shout out to my man K Cut, Large Professor, Main Source. The Main Source shoe is out. You didn't even know about that, did you? Main Source got their own shoe, their own sneaker, man. Ewan brand. It came out today. So, yo, look out for that. Yeah, you saw it? Yeah, you saw it, right?
K Cut on his Instagram.
K Cut, man. So my man K Cut is the one who produced majority of the Black Tie Affair album. That was my second album. Black was for black people, Tie was unity. And that's what we need right about now. We need a lot of unity right now. You know what I'm saying? We've been all dispersed, all kinds of people going crazy. One of the things that's been helping me a lot is I've been doing a lot of working out, man, in the mornings, and doing that has helped me because after I turn on my phone, we're just getting bombarded with misinformation at a rapid speed that's affecting us emotionally and just bringing us down. So it's very, very important that we stay up no matter what, man. And a lot of people underestimated our spirit, but we got to keep it moving, man. One of the things the Maestro brand stands for is longevity, perseverance, and Canadian heritage, man. And this is all we have to go through right now, perseverance. And this song is one of my favorites. It's called Underestimated.
You didn't think that I could make it. I was underestimated.
Mind over matter, no matter over mind. Constitution on the field. Natural born warrior. The Coliseum know the deal. And like the chariots of fire, gates are opening. You know who's chosen for the podium. You're looking at the human living. Give me some number ones. Listen. This is dedicated to everybody who. Yes, y'all. I keep stressing I'm a win, so every time she nurses, my seeds breaking out with a rash. I'm feeling worthless. They even told me get your blood pressure check. Punks try to crucify me, watch me resurrect, and I then return like a phoenix when I keep pushing further to the limit. If you get what I'm saying, put your hands high. Reach for the sky. Yes, that's what it's all about, man. Do not let anybody keep you down, man. We've been confined for a long time. I'm glad we got a chance to get out a little more. But listen, don't let this kill your spirit, man. All right? Extraordinary people will always have extraordinary challenges. And we're some extraordinary people going through some extraordinary times right now. But I feel great, man. This is a nice way to end the day, doing what I love doing, making music, and you guys coming through, checking me out, man. So I thank you guys for everything. And, we're about to do this Q&A, man.
I got a question also here by SC Bunce. She says, I'm late, but how big was Scarborough to your music?
How big Scarborough was to my music? Scarborough was everything, man. Scarborough was everything. Everything. We grew up with Sunshine Sound Crew. That was the sound crew. You know, Scarborough. And they ran all across Toronto, but they were based out of Scarborough. You know, the Scarborough sound system. I was a snotty-nosed kid back then. Shout out to Tony D, you know, Brother D. Obviously, JC was downtown. He did a lot of the downtown parties, but the base of Sunshine was Scarborough. Ron Nelson, who is like, name. Ron Nelson put me on when I was 15, back in '82. Yeah. You know, concerts, whatever like that. CKLN 88.1, Ron Nelson. Ron Nelson straight out of Scarborough, man. So Scarborough means a lot to me, man. Peter and Anthony Davis, who I produced Let Your Backbone Slide with, Scarborough, you know? So Scarborough means a lot to me. It's foundation. And I love it, man. Shout out to my man Ebony MC. We used to be in a group called Vision. And we opened up for UTFO, man. And there was crews all across Toronto, Brampton, Saga. Shout out to Kilowatts out of Saga, you know? But Vision won, straight out of Scarborough. We won that contest, man, you know? And Vision, that was the name of my crew, my man Ebony MC. We even opened up for Beastie Boys when they first came to Canada. We didn't hear about white rappers back then. Yeah. We didn't have MTV. We didn't have much music back then. So when we heard these guys spit, I'm like, who are these guys? When they came on stage, like, Beastie, okay, the white dudes. Well, you never seen that before, man. Yeah. You know? But yeah, foundation was Scarborough, and from that was the foundation, you know, and then, you know, obviously the rest of Toronto, but, you know, enough respect to Scarborough.
Yeah, man, big respect to Scarborough, man. I guess in closing, what do you feel is going to be the next stage in Toronto hip hop? Because you've been able to see the landscape from like our origins to where we are now. What do you think is next in the Toronto scene? I think there's more artists hitting the world stage, man. We're at the top of the global food chain when it comes to hip hop. The top of the global food chain. Drake, Tory Lanez, you know what I'm saying? And then Party Next Door, even in the R&B tip like Weeknd. We're running things, man. So I just see more artists, a plethora of more artists coming out, and I can just encourage them. Don't make records, make history. You have an opportunity right now to make an implant, you know what I'm saying? Make an imprint, rather. You know what I'm saying? And there's a reason why people still check for me years and years later, man. And I must have done something right that, you know, like Wavelength is asking me to be a part of their thing. People are still checking for me. And if I was to come and say, you know what, let me just try a 10 quick in and out to sound like this person or that person, it wouldn't happen. You know, nobody told me to put on a black tuxedo. Ain't nobody told me to do that, man. Black, 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 oh my God. And that's my first album right there. My dad took the album cover, man, straight at Scarborough. You know what I mean? So just don't be an assimilator, man. Be an innovator and try to sometimes turn off what you're normally listening to and tap into your own artistry, man. Yeah. That's what I say, man. That's jewels right there, man. Yes, man. Maestro Fresh Wes giving y'all free jewelry today, y'all. You know what I'm saying? Yes, you better wear that in your brain. Yeah, man. So thanks for tuning in, everybody, man. This has been good. Like I'm not an expert at this, doing these live concerts and stuff like this. This is only the second one I've ever done. Like I said, the first one I was jumping in my living room. Yeah. And I didn't feel like doing it this time. I felt like just chilling. It's a good vibe, man. Yeah. But I thank Wavelength. Paula, what's happening? I want to thank everybody for tuning in. I gave you what you want. Yeah, man. But you keep holding on.